what's up YouTube? It is Melanie back with Melanie Loves Death Metal, and I've got a pretty small collection update today, but before I get started, I wanted to talk about a couple of things, something that's been going on these last couple of months, and I feel like why not just talk about it with everybody so you kind of know what I've been dealing with since starting this channel. So for a couple of months there, it was pretty easygoing, made some fans, made some new friends on here. Was a lot of fun. Really enjoyed making the videos. Was excited every time something new went up. Excited about comments, all that stuff. And when I started this YouTube thing, I pretty much knew, like, hey, it's the internet, and with the internet comes trolls and hate and all that stuff. And totally was okay, like, knowing that, and was like, whatever, I'll take it in strides. And I honestly did not expect it, to be honest with you, because I did not expect my channel to get 1,000 subscribers, and I did not expect my Instagram to grow 2,000 more followers within a year. So I grew a little bit faster than I expected. My expectations were set very, very low. And of course, I'm obviously grateful for that, and I'm not complaining. And a lot of people have plugged my channel. A lot of people have supported me. They've had me on their streams, all that stuff. And that has been my favorite part about all of this, has been the people that I've met through this, the live streams that I've been on, the many conversations that I've had, and that has been the most enjoyable part about all this, including bands and labels who I've gotten to know throughout this whole entire process. What I pretty much expected to happen, however, I didn't expect it to go a little bit this far, was getting a troll that took it upon themselves to do whatever they possibly could to eventually get to me. I make fun of comments on here a lot. If you follow me on Instagram, you probably have seen me share some funny comments that are just in general utter ridiculousness, and I treat it with humor. I typically am a very sarcastic person. I tend to not really let things get to me. I'm able to let things roll and just go with it, and take it in strides and say it is what it is. It happens. It's time to move on. That has been how I've been my whole entire life. I'm a person that combats issues with humor. I love to be sarcastic. I love to take things and laugh about them and not be so serious about some of these people that get super upset about these things that I don't quite get. And a lot of the YouTube people that I follow on here that I've gotten to know they take the same approach. I would say it's simply just easier for me to deal that way. Again, a lot of the stuff that has happened these last several months has been very, very minimal, stupid things, just people nitpicking, whatever else, easy to make fun of. What I'm not a fan of, and what I'm hoping, which I don't know if it'll stop, and I don't know, is somebody going out of their way to follow me and try to find out things about me in my personal life and go that far. And unfortunately that has happened with somebody who has taken upon themselves to really do their best to be that troll of creating fake accounts and trying to find out information about me on Facebook and trying to get into my personal accounts and stuff like that. It's gotten to the point where that has unfortunately happened. And for a while, for a few months, I had a thought in my head of who it may be, just based on some past conversations that I had with this person, and kept the line of communication open for that purpose to see. And yesterday it reared its ugly head, and I was correct. So that's kind of similarly what's been happening with me. That I'm not going into details about what was said, what was done, anything like that, but this person was able to find personal accounts that I have, which I am now completely made impossible for people to see stuff. I got smarter, and I went through and I did what I had to. And it was an unsettling feeling for me. I'm not a famous person by any means. I get that this happens with people on the internet, especially when they get a huge calling, like people who are just got hundreds of thousands of subscribers, stuff like that. I didn't expect it to happen for somebody who is very bottom feeder food chain YouTube. And it's a little frustrating. It's a little alarming. And it's upsetting to say the least. I will say. I do have a family. I don't want them involved with any of this stuff. I talk about them very minimal on my pages, and that's gonna stop, unfortunately. I want to keep the death metal stuff completely separate from my personal life. I might bring some personal stories into the music that I listen to and whatever else. But in terms of people finding out my personal stuff and going as far as trolling me and getting my friends involved and trolling them and stuff like that, it's frustrating to say the least. So this has been going on for a couple months now, and I think it might be done. I'm hoping. I've reported accounts, I've blocked accounts, I've done everything I possibly can within my arm's reach of this. But it was to the point where it was like, is this worth it? Do I want to keep doing this? Do I want to deal with this further? And thinking about it for about a week now, probably a little bit more. A couple weeks ago, I thought about these things as well. I mean, it's just been a lingering thought in my head. And there are days where I don't post a video, I don't do anything, and I take a mental break from it, and it's good. And there are days where I do the videos, and I get super amped up, and I enjoy the interaction that I've had, and the sharing of people, and reaching out to me and saying that they enjoyed and they bought this because they listened to my video. Like, those are the things that I absolutely love. But the thing that I'm not enjoying is the actual just bullshit of people that are coming in and doing that one unnecessary step that doesn't need to be done, especially for somebody like me, who is literally a normal ass person that has a day job that is just not a celebrity, not all that I would say entertaining outside of anything. Like, I don't know. It's just a weird thing to me. It's very weird. It's weird. So I sat on it. This last week, I had a death in my family, so I took a week off. I didn't post on Instagram. I rarely, I should say. I think I posted like one thing. I didn't interact a whole lot with people anywhere. And it was an enlightening thing, to say the least, because while I was home, I did go back home and visited my family and did the funeral services. A couple of people in my family who I did not know were subscribed to me have said that they really love what I'm doing and they think I should continue doing it. And it was a good moral uplifting. Like, it was a good morale uplifting. Like, it made me feel good. It made me feel good about continuing this on. So I'm not going anywhere, but I have put a little bit more security in place to combat the people that have no life, that are fucking a waste of flesh, and will continue to combat them. And I might even combat them with humor on here. It's probably just the best approach that I'm going to do. So all seriousness aside, I am 100% content with the comments that I get sometimes about this sucks, or why are you listening to this, or the gatekeeping shit about your music sucks, this isn't real black metal, this isn't real death metal, whatever else. Like, that is coming with the territory. Everybody gets that, regardless of who it is. And I will continue to take that in stride and honor it with humor. But for anything that happens to me outside of that, in terms of a personal realm, where I'm getting fished out on my personal accounts and friends are being brought into it, that simply will be tolerated from me. And I guess if it ends up getting worse, then this channel will go away, because in the end, it is not worth it. And I will keep up with my Instagram, obviously, because I do want to promote music. I do want to help these bands. I do want to help these labels. I want to help these artists. And unfortunately, YouTube has brought out some of the worst people that I've had to deal with it's been almost a year. It'll be a year in April, I think, when I started this channel. So unfortunately, that's just how it happens. So with that out of the way, I'm not going anywhere. But again, if for whatever reason my family or friends are subjected to this again, it's not fair to them, because they didn't get asked to go through this. And I will quit this channel. It won't be abrupt. I will let everybody know. But just wanted to let you know that was the background of my community post that I put up last night, and what I've been dealing with privately, I have not said anything about this to anybody aside from the people that have been involved and have known about it. So just wanted to let you guys know that's what's been going on. But aside from the dickheads that have chosen to really, again, have no life, I appreciate everybody and I appreciate all the support that I've been getting, and that is not going unnoticed. So with all that said, let's get back into what the purpose of this channel is, and that is promoting death metal and amazing music and things that I absolutely love. And I've got 5 tapes today that I've had for about a week or 2 now, maybe 3 weeks, and some things that I'm excited to show off that I really enjoy. So the first 2 tapes I got are from Throne Records, which I've talked about here several times. They came out with that Hexorcist release last year that I absolutely loved. A couple other things that they've put out recently, but there's these 2 tapes. One is an actual Throne release that they did, and another one was a distro item that I bought because I've seen it around and I heard it and I really wanted the tape. So the first one is, I would say, an old school death metal gem, one that came back out in the 90s. They have not pressed anything since their first full length, so it's pretty much basically one of those things that is a demo. It's an old school death metal demo that went into a vault and has now been brought out and has been pressed again on tape. And this is Dissect with Presage to the Eternity. Presage. English language is hard for me, and it's my first language. So this was pressed out. Band is out of the Netherlands. They've had one full length, I think, back sometime in the 90s, and this is a demo prior to that, and that's it. There's nothing else by them, and this is very, very good old school death metal. Like I said, it's one of those old school death metal hidden gems that have finally been brought up from the crypts of despair that people probably forgot about, and Throne has pressed this, and as far as I know, it's sold out, so I managed to snag one of the last copies. A nice black pro printed tape with white ink, which I know I talk about aesthetics and stuff like that. I always just love a plain black tape. I don't know, for some reason it's nice and clean. I always enjoy it. And then, as always, I will show you the J card. Just really good, filthy, nasty, old school death metal. Worthy of your ears to listen to, like one of those hidden gems that I typically love to get, and sometimes they're hard to get, like when Ken posts a demo or something like that on his page that has been out since, early 90s. I want that, and then I can't get it because it's impossible to find. So like I said, this is pretty much sold out, but there might be some distros out in the land of the internet somewhere that has them. I'll take a quick check and see, and if I can find it, I'll link it. But as always, this will be linked too. So this was a cool release, and I'm glad I snagged it before it sold out. I think he posted a thing on Instagram. It's like, hey, these are almost sold out, and I was like, I've been to listen to that. I went and listened to it, and I snagged it as soon as I could. But not to just buy one tape. I typically tend to try and buy more than one thing, throw a little bit more support out there. There was this tape in there. It's a distro item, so Throne does do distro items, FYI. It's not just their releases. It's other stuff that they buy from other labels. And I immediately had never heard of this, but when I saw it, I judged by the cover. I bought it, and then I went and listened to it, which I don't ever do. I rarely ever do that, but I did that for this purpose. I figured if it's in Throne's distro, it's probably good. I've never gotten anything from Throne that I don't like, so I took that high praise of Throne and I bought the tape. So this is Deformed with Suffer and Succumb. So Deformed is a band out of Mexico, and that is pretty much all I know. This came out a long time ago. And based off of the Metal Archives, they've changed their name since, and I have not been able to really track down much of anything else. It is it's got that old school, like, real death metal sound. It reminds me a bit of Cannibal Corpse, reminds me of Suffocation, and I really enjoy it. This came out on Tenebrous Aberrations. I can never pronounce that right, so here's the J card right there. And if anybody is watching this and you know more about this band, please feel free to go up in the comments and write the mass introduction to this band. So yeah, this was on the Throne distro, so I snagged it. Very fun. I really enjoy this. I've actually listened to this quite a bit. There's only 6 songs on it, so it's a quick listen, but very good, filthy sounding death metal band out of Mexico. So again, it says they changed their name. I don't know if they changed their name and they're still continuing on. I didn't do the most extensive research as I probably could have. So if anybody knows, please let me know. So that was my goat throne buy. So now that's the old school. I've got some new school now. 2 albums that are brand new. Well, one of them I think came out in December, like right towards the end of the year. But one album does not come out until this Friday. So, well, I'll start with the one that came out last month. Very hyped. Very well worth the hype. Second full length. Yes, second full length. Band out of Denmark. And I feel like this is one that you guys are probably waiting to see. And I finally got it in from Nuclear Winter Records. The new Phrenelith, Chimaera. So this came from across the pond, so it took a while to get to me, but I did buy the tape as soon as I was able to. As you can see, post office had their way with it, so the case is a little effed up there, so I got to get a new one. But a nice that black pro printed tape, and then, oops, sorry, I just bonked the microphone there. Sorry if your ears just got incredibly destroyed from that. Really nice, cool J card. I love that artwork on here. And basically the artwork is exactly what this album sounds like. That sets the atmosphere perfectly. And then that's the other side right there. So this album is Phrenelith. If you know Phrenelith, you know exactly what I mean. Their first full length was incredible. By far one of the best releases to come out in recent years in terms of death metal. This one, I think, exceeds and is better. Gonna be honest with you. I think they've progressed quite a bit. This album is so good. I really think I'm going to do a review on this. I really want to talk about it. I was surprised it didn't win the voting with the Malignant Altar because, like I said, there's been a lot of hype around this. So I might hold off on saying more about it and actually record a review on it this week. So that's the new Phrenelith, Nuclear Winter Records. If you're looking for this, $20 spin, got some in. Go over there and take a look if they still have it. They might at least have CDs. Other distros have it if you don't want to pay the shipping cost, which shipping wasn't too bad. I think I paid about $20 with shipping for this, which sucks for a tape, but hey, I really wanted it. So again, just that case got fucking destroyed. So the new Phrenelith, finally have it. People have been asking me about it. Yes, I have it. We'll get there. The next one is one that I've already shown off on here, but this was a repressing on another label. So of course I grabbed it, and it was from Gurgling Gore, so of course I grabbed it. This is Body Asphyxiation Science. You guys know this with Space Adaptation Syndrome. I showed this, the Brutal Cave Productions version. It was the red layout. Well, it's been a fresh new layout and released through Gurgling Gore. This is Joss Allen's band who created my intro song. And then they now have a new vocalist that will be on new feature releases this year. Latif from Infantar, who is also Rotting Head, the death metal artist, incredible death metal artist that also did my logo and all that stuff, is now the new vocalist for this band. So this is just a repress of what's already come out with Body Asphyxiation Science. Gurgling Gore taking an approach. I think these are still available. I don't know if they're sold out, so if you're looking for this, go over there right now. Gurgling Gore has their own website now. They're not just on Bandcamp, so that will be linked. So there you go. Gurgling Gore. Aesthetics, always top notch with the purple Norelco case right there to match. And that spacey themed artwork. And then there you go. That's the J card. So who did this artwork actually? I completely forgot. Does it say on here? It doesn't. It does on the Bandcamp somewhere. So yeah. Sorry. Apologies guys. I don't remember who did the artwork. But yeah, really love it. So if you haven't checked this out yet, please do so. I've already talked about this another time on here, but I got the tape for it from Gurgling Gore, of course. The Gurgling Gore fangirl over here, and I really, really love the aesthetics of this with the purple and the white and the black. I think it looks awesome. So sounds great too. So really good. Like I said, there's probably still some of these available. So if you're looking for this, check out the Bandcamp link that I'll post and then the actual site link. Listen to it, buy it. It is worth it. Trust me. And then finally, the last thing I have to show off is a release that actually does not come out until this Friday, but they're shipping now for tapes and CDs, I believe, from Hell's Headbangers. And this one is a fucking good-ass album. It's been on YouTube already for the full length. I don't think it's on any streaming services yet other than like a single. But the full album is on a couple of YouTube channels. I don't know if they were approved. They might have been taken down by then. But they got this tape to me super quick. So I've had this for about a week now, and I've listened to it several times. And this is the new Druid Lord with Relics of the Dead. Druid Lord, Death Doom band. This is their third full-length, old-school Death Doom metal-sounding band out of Florida. And this album is so good. The first song had me hooked. I think I posted on Instagram the night that I actually listened to this in full was like, this is going to be one of the best albums to release this year. You can count on that, and I'm still sticking with that. I know it's only January, and it's hard to say that, but I really, really like this album. It's good. These guys, really good band. So admittedly, I do not own any of their other albums. I've obviously heard them. So now I'm trying to get them. I actually tried to purchase the one previously to this twice. One from Dissonant Tapes because it was on their Discogs, and then they canceled it and said, sorry, we're out of stock. And then I saw that it was available on Hell's Headbangers Bandcamp, but it wasn't on their website. So I bought it on Bandcamp, and then they canceled it like the next day. It's like, sorry, we're out of stock. So I'm on the hunt for the other albums, but this one lives up to everything that I've known about this band for a while now, and everything that I've heard previously. And I think this is a fantastic album. So check this out. Like I said, it comes out this Friday, but Hell's Headbangers is awesome, and they're shipping them out already, and they're getting them in people's hands to listen to, which is nice because a lot of these new releases that are coming out, the physical formats are coming out months later just because of all the delays and stuff. So that's a nice added touch. So I think they got lucky. They're able to get this into production before release date and have it out in time. So, which is not the case for a lot of these new releases this year, unfortunately. So, Druid Lord, check this out. That's all that I had to show for this collection update. There will be a review, probably 2 reviews this week. 1 review I'm going to work on today and tomorrow for recording while I have the time. And I'm excited to talk about it. I've had this for about a little over a week now, and this album actually comes out on Friday as well, so that'll be up either today or tomorrow. And again, thank you guys all for the support. Apologies for like the actual very real talk in the beginning. It's just something that I've been dealing with. It's been eating away about me a little bit lately, and it's been kind of killing the mojo for how I feel about doing this YouTube channel. But like I said, I'll continue on, and if it's for some reason gets worse, then this channel will go away, but I won't just delete it. I'll give you guys a fair head warning. But my Instagram will still remain. Instagram is always going to still stay there. That's not going anywhere. So thank you guys, and have a great day.